It is Sunday, my dudes. I swear weekends didn't feel this short before, but my god, do weekends feel so short. Anyway, we are back with Maurice Attorney. Now, if you watched the last few episodes, I had made a goof, and I didn't save at some point, and then like I thought it was the game's fault that I didn't save, but it was actually my fault because when you switch between a Nintendo controller and a not Nintendo controller, the A's and the B's are switched around, and when you're tired, you think you hit A, but you actually hit B. That was my fault. It wasn't the game's fault, it was my fault. It was user error. Anyway, but that's since passed. That was a whole session ago. We are back with what did we last leave off? Investigating. What did we last do? Ah, yes. So we had brought Jake Marshall to court, and he testified that he was the one who had the altercation with Mike Meekins in the evidence room, and he's pretended to be Goodman to get into his locker to get the evidence of the SL9 incident from there. But when he went to look, I guess it turned out that the evidence was already gone, and we were about to call the whole thing off and say that Lana did it, the murdering, but we had realized that there was a handprint on Gumshoe's locker that has been unaccounted for. And we are now gonna try to investigate to find out whose handprint that is, I guess? I think that about sums it up. Oh, I guess I saved at this part. Okay, I was expecting to see that whatever. We are in the office. I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. Actually, before I start, I got a Red Bull here because Lord knows I definitely am going to feel tired. I mean, I feel okay, actually. I don't feel that tired, but I know once I'm doing it, I'm gonna get tired. So I have caffeine. This is a Red Bull coconut something or other, coconut berry. It doesn't sound like it'd be great, but they didn't have the flavor I wanted when I went to the store, so I got this one instead. I'm always willing to try new things, and I think I like coconut. It smells good. Oh, that's actually really good. Oh, that's actually really good. Oh, shit. Ooh. Dare I say, I think I like this better than the watermelon. Oh, that's weird. That's actually really good. Also, this thing has 38 grams of sugar, which I assume that is a lot. So much for my fucking low-carb diet. Anyway, that's actually really, really good. Ooh, that's a favorite. I'm glad this is why you try new things. You try new things, and it turns out you might find something you actually really like. Anyway. I'm sorry for what my sister said. Oh, right, and Lana was like, yeah, we might have fucking forged some evidence, whatever. We got the guy, he's dead. Or something like that, right? Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to do in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. For shame. I didn't know. I never knew that the SL9 incident was just another name for the Joe Dark killings. Sounds like everyone's heard about these killings but me. Lana wanted Drake... What? Drake? Lana wanted Dark convicted so badly. That's why she used me. That's why she used what happened to me. What do you mean, what happened to you? It's all in there in the file. Joe Dark's last victim was Prosecutor Neil Marshall. When he murdered Officer Marshall's brother, he left behind an incriminating piece of evidence. But what did you have to do with those killings, Emma? On the night Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered, Joe Dark tried to kill me. What? He tried to kill you? Oh my god! Officer Marshall's brother, Neil, was only trying to save me. So that means you... Yes. I was a witness in the Joe Dark trial. I keep wanting to say Drake. I was a witness in the Joe Dark trial. I didn't see that one coming. Wait, hold up 1 second. How old is Emma again? Is she 14? 16. Okay. That doesn't do anything, but I was just wondering. It happened 2 years ago. It was right around this time of year too. There was a terrible thunderstorm that day. Unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat dinner together once she finished her work. And then suddenly, this terrifying man came bursting into the office. Joe Dark. It seems like he was running from someone. He pulled out a knife and screamed at me. Why did he scream? Why did he scream at you? I didn't know what was going on. Just then, Prosecutor Marshall showed up. Jake Marshall's brother. Joe Dark tried to take me hostage, but before he could, Mr. Marshall tackled him. And then... What happened? I'll never forget it. Lightning struck, and the lights went out. And suddenly, a bolt of lightning flashed through. I'm okay. Oh, a bolt of lightning flashed outside the window, lighting up the office for an instant. What I saw then burned a permanent picture in my mind. I can still see it now. A permanent picture? Was I always... I don't remember feeling this tired when I did Emma's voice, but I think I'm doing Emma's voice slightly different than how I usually do it. I don't remember how I did it. I don't remember the moment when Dark stabbed Mr. Marshall. God, I keep wanting to call him Drake. God damn it. So you weren't able to testify about that? No, I was only asked about when I was attacked. That must be why she made up the crime. Made it up? You mean provided bogus evidence? The prosecutor's office wanted that guilty verdict so badly. Lana forged the evidence, and Mr. Edward used it. Edward? Yes, but I'm sure he didn't know anything about it. He couldn't have known when he was what? He couldn't have known he was being given... Oh God, help me! He couldn't have known he was being given false evidence. Even so, that's when it all started. The rumors about Mr. Edward, I mean. It's all my fault. If I could have just testified properly, none of this would have happened. You would have been like, what? You would have been 14 during that time. Okay, I was wondering why 14 stood out in my mind. So it's true, even though he may not have known it. Edward really was involved in falsifying evidence. After that case ended, Lana was never the same. She became cold, like she is today. She must not have been able to face up what she did, especially not to Emma. What did you see in the instant that crime occurred? Oh God. What did you see in the instance that crime occurred? I swear, I went into this not feeling tired, but like, I guess my throat is tired from talking? Who knows? Oh, it's an onion head! He's got a silly onion head. Dark knocked down Mr. Marshall and raised his knife. Wow, the rendering on his face is so fucking realistic looking. That's weird. He doesn't even look like the same person. Neil Marshall was stabbed right in front of this poor girl. I can't understand, like, what leads a person to, like, stab someone. Like, I know that it's common for people to, like, actively want to hurt people. I just don't see them, like, how is your brain wired that, like, you find that to be, like, okay or something that you want to do? Like, not including, like, self-defense or, like, justify, like, murder or assault or anything like that, right? Because you're obviously trying to defend yourself. But, like, people who, like psychopaths like that, or serial killers who do that for, like, to get their knock their socks off or whatever it's called. Rock their socks, rock their boats, rock their nuts. What is the saying? Knock their never mind. Anyway, you know what I mean. I just, like, can't comprehend it. But I guess it's supposed to be good that I can't comprehend it, because obviously then that means I don't have any intentions of doing it, but it's just weird.
I don't remember what happened after that. Apparently, I passed out.
Oh.
When I came to, Lana was cradling me in her arms.
Lana just never has fingernails, huh? Maybe she's just born without fingernails. Poor Emma. You've been through so much. Why'd you say poor Emma? You're talking to her. Why'd you refer to her in third person? Oh, she wore boots. I did not realize that she wore boots.
I couldn't bring myself to testify about that instance. I tried, but the words just wouldn't come out. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good.
2 years ago? You must have been 14. That's understandable. She's still like a minor, right? Couldn't you like have her like be in like a room to herself to like testify? I assume she wasn't in that case, but there wasn't anyone in the gallery or on the seat, so I assumed that there were people there, presumably, during the time, but yeah.
Once it was all over, I made up my mind. I decided that when I grew up, I'd become a scientific investigator. I want to be able to fight crime with my testimonies and find the evidence to make an airtight case. That way, Lana would never have to forge anything.
I see. I think I'm finally starting to understand what makes Emma tick. But there's still something that bothers me about that crime. What? There's something that's puzzling me, Emma.
What is it?
You said you were in Lana's office at the time, right?
That's right.
Why then would a serial killer come running in there? Not only that, but he was being chased by a prosecutor?
Oh, there's no mystery there. Joe Dark had been taken in for questioning that day.
Taken in for questioning? You mean by the police?
Of course. This happened at the police department. He tried to He tried to run away halfway through what? God damn it! God damn it! He tried to run away halfway through the interview and fled into my sister's office.
But why did he run all the way over to your sister's office?
Because the detective office and the questioning room are right across the elevator.
Across from the elevator? But Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she?
No, silly. Didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was a detective.
Can you go from being a detective to the chief prosecutor? Hold up. How do you switch positions, switch careers like that?
She was the best in the entire force.
What? Well, that's news to me. Is it just that easy to do?
After the Joe Dark case, she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor.
But huh? Detectives don't go to law school, huh? What? How does that work? Lana used to be a detective? Is it that simple? I better have another talk with her. But then again, they make everything sound so simple in Ace Attorney games. People going to fucking law school at age 14 or 17 or whatever.
Lana!
Mr. Wright, it seems I keep causing you trouble. Falsifying evidence. I didn't think you were the type. Criminals don't mind playing what? Oh, god fucking damn it! God damn it me! Come on! There's no excuse! I'm fucking slept well enough. I had food. I have a Red Bull. I'm just here. Why can't I fucking read things? God damn it. Criminals don't mind playing foul. Why should we?
But Lana, if you're wrong, an innocent person might found.
Why am I like that? Why can't I read anything? God damn it. God damn it me. Okay.
But Lana, if you're wrong, an innocent person might be found guilty.
Believe me, I understand the risks. Lana, Emma told me about you.
Oh?
About how you were a detective 2 years ago? And how the SL9 incident was the reason for your transfer to the prosecutor's office.
That's right.
Could you fill me in on the details? Especially about that unusual change of jobs?
I suppose you have a right to know, Mr. Wright.
I wonder if her outfit is more pertaining to when she was a detective rather than a prosecutor. Because I don't think prosecutors get so decorative, right? They don't have, like, badges or whatever the fuck is hanging on her shirt thing, whatever. A lot of revelations were uncovered at the trial today, not the least of which was the fact that this case is largely connected to another one 2 years ago. Evidence from that case was stolen as well, though I expected as much. I know how obsessive Officer Marshall can be.
That trial, it really wasn't fair, was it? I believed in you, Lana. I believed that no matter what happened, you'd always stick to the truth.
It couldn't be helped, Emma. At that trial 2 years ago, I sold my soul. Well, all drama aside, the fact of the matter is, at 5:15, there was no murder in the police department.
Tell me it's not true, Lana! What the witness, Miss Starr, said?
Hey, she doesn't have her little lapel thing! Where did all of her decorative stuff go?
About you stabbing Mr. Goodman with a knife. Lana! I don't understand! Why won't you tell us?
Emma, this doesn't involve just me. I don't think I've ever seen Lana look so phased before. It's true. I was a member of the police force 2 years ago.
She was amazing!
Emma went from being, why won't you tell us anything? God, she's so cool! Wow, this picture makes it really look like they're just the top. They're just too cool for school.
They still talk about all the cases she and Chief Gant cracked together.
Chief Gant?
He was the deputy chief of police back then, but he still worked the crime scenes.
Damon Gant. He was everything I aspired to be.
They were the best team ever! They solved crimes before the reports could even be filed!
Emma really idolizes her big sister. But now you're chief prosecutor. What happened? I always planned on becoming a prosecutor. The reason I became a detective was... Oh, maybe she went to law school and then she just decided to be a detective and then she was able to go be a prosecutor. So if she said... That's right, she went to fucking school with Mia. I forgot. They went to law school together. I forgot.
To gain experience investigating crime scenes, so you can use that experience in court, right?
Gant's help in the SL9 case was crucial to its resolution. After that, he became chief of police and arranged my transfer to the prosecutor's office. Maybe I should ask more about this investigation of theirs 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I was second in command of the detectives investigating Dark. Second in command? That means the investigation lead was... Okay. Second in command? That means the investigation lead was Damon Gant, right? Yes, Deputy Chief Gant and I shared the same office and the same investigations. They even had the same office. We led a team of the best detectives on the force. Detective Goodman, whose case it was, Jake Marshall, and Angel Starr. It was the first time Marshall worked with his brother. He was quite gung-ho. Without a doubt, Joe Dark was the serial killer. We asked him to come in for questioning. We were desperate for evidence. That was when his final murder took place. When he tried to murder Emma.
Prosecutor Marshall was trying to save me from Dark.
You see, the first person who happened upon the scene of the crime was me. Now you tell us. Damon Gant and Neil Marshall were the ones questioning Dark that day. The investigation was in its final stages, and Dark must have suddenly panicked. So he waited until Gant and Marshall let their guards down, and then fled the room. From there, he ran straight to the office shared by Deputy Chief Gant and myself.
That's where he found me.
So you were the first person to run to the scene, Lana? It appears so. I was filing some papers while Gant and Marshall were questioning Dark. Oh god. They just had a little hugging. When I returned to my office, I saw 3 bodies on the floor and smelled blood. 3 bodies? Hold up. That's Dark on the underneath? Isn't it? How did he get on the bottom of Neil? What? That doesn't make sense. Unless Joe Dark was like, I want to be hugged by somebody. Let me put his body on top of mine. This is what it feels like to be loved. 3 bodies. Prosecutor Marshall, the victim Emma, who had passed out. Oh, Prosecutor Marshall, the victim Emma, who had passed out. And the suspect, Joe Dark. During the struggle, it seems Mr. Marshall struck a final blow before he died. Oh, Joe Dark had incurred a minor concussion and laid unconscious. What did you do? To be honest, I panicked. I picked up Emma, carried her out of the room, and just held her. I can't blame her. After all, her sister must have... Can't blame her. After all, her sister must have gone through. After that, I placed Dark under immediate arrest. Let me get this straight. You were all involved in the SL9 incident? That's right. Quite a coincidence, I don't buy it.
What are you saying?
There's no way everyone involved in this trial was also involved in that incident. Just by chance.
But that case was solved 2 years ago.
At least one person went to the extremes because they didn't believe it was truly solved. Officer Marshall? Yes, his actions came as a surprise to me as well. Ever since his brother died, he's changed completely.
I guess he wasn't convinced with the ruling against Joe Dark.
Life doesn't end with the closing of a case. Everyone has to live the rest of their lives with their memories. That case just not be... What? God fucking... That case just might not be over yet. Emma was assaulted by Dark at the police department, right? Yes, in the office that Damon Gant and I shared. The office that Mr. Gant now occupies by himself. The Chief's office. Maybe we should have a look at the Chief's office. The site of the final SL9 murder. Theoretically, it wouldn't make sense to go check out the scene of the crime for a case that happened 2 years ago. Especially if things have moved around. Because Lana moved out of the office and Gant has it all to himself. Like, surely he would have tampered with everything. Well, not tampered, but like, moved shit around. What would have stayed behind? How do I get there? This is Chief of Police. So it should be the police department, yeah? I don't see Detective Gumshoe anywhere.
Things seem kind of quiet around here today.
You're right. The Chief of Detectives seems the same, though.
Why don't we go look for some other people to talk to?
Right. We can come back here later. Well, this wasn't where I wanted to go. How do I get to...